Hi everybody, Mike is
Right.
Director of Silverhook. We can have a little presentation. We've got with us today all our experts. We've got Richard Lewis, Sales Manager, Paul Chambers. You can say hi if you want, Richard.
Yeah, hi.
Paul Chambers, Marketing.
Hello.
Katrina Gill, who's going to be our presenter for Marketing.
Hello.
Dawn Hayward from the factory.
Hello.
She just listens to customer requests and then makes sure it's all dealt with in a smooth and very efficient fashion. Kate, without further ado, if you can fire away.
Okay, lovely. This is our bestsellers presentation. Welcome. We're going to be going through the top 25 by quantity. So that's the amount of units sold. So this will mostly be made up of the 1 litre, 5 litre, kind of smaller sizes, but we can fill larger sizes. We do 25 litre bottles, can fill up to 1,000 litre IBC, depending on the product, obviously. So without further ado, we're going to start off with a little video to see if you can guess what our top seller is. Right, did you guess it? It is the 530 oil, as you can see here. So this is the highest sales by quantity and by volume. We always keep this up to the highest spec. As you know, oil is ever evolving. Right now we're on SP. I think I've got a little bottle here. This is C3. I don't know if you can see me in the little corner. This is C3 right now, but obviously this is an old bottle. We are on SP. So this is kind of what our 5 litre bottle looks like. And we do a lot of custom filling for this. So as you can see here as well, we've got a drum. This is the 199 litre, and then also the 1,000 litre IBC. And then this is all it going out to export. So this is all going to Korea, I believe. This is the Korean label that they've got on the box. They are a Silverhook distributor, but we can tailor labels for that. Richard, do you want to speak a little about being a Silverhook distributor, if they're interested?
Yeah, we've got a few distributors around the world. We can offer high quality British products at a great value for money. We listen to our distributors to find out what works in their marketplace, and obviously if we need to change the label accordingly for various languages, we can do that for you. So the idea is to have a happy distributor and for them to make a lot of money selling lots of products. So
lovely.
That's the idea.
Yep. Mike, you got something to say?
Always got something to say, you know me. That drum, that idea. This is a plastic wraparound. There's plenty of room on that label to put the sticker of what's contained in that drum. It's actually got 205 litre litre capacity, but because of banding and all sorts of legislation, we tend to fill it 199 because that's just below that threshold required to put it in banding. Gets around that little bit of an issue. But of course, we store it in a safe environment, and we recommend customers do the same. But there's plenty of room on there for a label. So you've got a choice. This banding does cost a little smidgen extra. So you can have it with or without that banding on it. But we use an oversized sticker, which is quite nice, which shows the spec and everything else. All right, over to you, Katie.
Yep, I think it looks great. Yeah. And that's designed by Paul as well, our marketer, and I think he can help you out a little bit if you want to be a distributor as well.
Yeah, so as Richard said, there's a lot of benefits to becoming a certified Silverhook distributor. So, for example, with the case of the Korean labels that you can see here, we designed these specifically for them and their market. So it's more of a partnership. So you learn to then work with us. You tell us more information about the area that we're selling in and the people that are buying it, and then we can then specify the labeling and design work so that you can maximize your sales. It's all about helping you sell Silverhook product. Okay, so we're not going to be forcing too much on you in terms of what we're gonna how we're gonna design labels or anything. Same goes with the marketing with the point of sales material. So all of the advertising we could basically adjust and amend for your market. So for example, if you were selling overseas and you knew the market had a particular way of working, maybe they prefer posters that are more minimal, or maybe they prefer posters that are more aggressive in their marketing, so more information, more of a visual overload, then it'll be myself and my colleagues that will be helping you with that, and we can really customize it for you, but still retain the Silverhook branding and still retaining a sense of cohesion with our company as a whole. Okay, and that's I'll talk more in depth about that soon as well. Okay.
So lots and lots of benefits. If you want to be a distributor, definitely get in touch with us about that. Now on with the presentation, we're on to number 2, and this is our long time one of our best sellers. This is the 400 gram lithium grease. This goes into a grease gun, like I'll show you here. We do have instructions on the tub as well, so that's very easy for customers or you if you want to use it. The whole range of these are pretty good sellers. And we're on to the silicone grease. This is waterproof. I'll just show you a little bit about it. I've got one right here on. So if you can see me on camera, this is the lithium grease nozzle. We've got a couple of grooves in it depending on where you want to cut it. And here's one I cut earlier, if you're a big fan of Blue Peter. And this is kind of the thickness that comes out the tube. So you see very easy application, very good thickness of grease, easy to use for everything, definitely a multi-purpose. And we do a whole range of these. These are 80 milliliter tubes, and we add little hangers on the top. So if you want to put them on a point of sale or buy your till, this is perfect for that. We do a whole range for this. Richard, do you want to speak a little bit more about grease?
Yeah, we got quite a comprehensive range in the 80mm tube, which is a convenient size for toolboxes, just to have around the workshop. Silicone grease is the best seller, which is water repellent. It's used extensively in plumbing. It's WRC approved, so you can use it on domestic drinking water supplies. It's safe to use, it's non-toxic, and it's also dielectric material, so you can use it for insulating electrical circuits and electrical systems, waterproofing them. In the range as well, we have lithium grease, which is a bearing grease. You can use it, a high temperature grease, you can use it for wheel bearings. Moly grease for use as CV joints. White grease, which is a waterproof grease. What else have we got? We got the copper grease, and which is used for brake pads, the back of brake pads to stop them squealing, and ceramic grease, which can be used for the same application, but it has much higher temperature range. That's it.
Nice, a whole range of those. And then our number 24. So we've got that lithium grease, but a bigger 500 gram tub. And this is great if you just want to stick your fingers in. Always wear gloves, of course. But yeah, sometimes your fingers are better than any nozzle. So I would recommend this tub, and you'll have tons left over. A little bit of artistic license on this presentation. We also do a 12.5 kilo and a 50 kilo tub. So although they appear smaller in the presentation, they are much larger. Yeah.
Actually, Katie, I can't see the presentation. I don't know if it's something that's changed on my thing.
Sorry, that's me.
All right.
I got to remember to keep
it.
switching between myself. This is a 500 gram tub. So yeah, the presentation, you can see that I've got the larger size on here as well. Look smaller, are bigger, I promise. Okay, and then we're on to number 3, which is our chainsaw oil. This is ISO 100. I've got a little bottle here, if you can see me in the corner. It also has a little measurement on the side, so you can see how much you're using. Always handy. And I think this is really an example of quality winning out, because maybe I don't know why, but maybe you wouldn't expect chainsaw oil to be on our top sellers list at number 3. But as you can see from our reviews, out of 191 reviews, we are just the tiniest bit off 5-star. And you can see our reviews are about how it's so sticky, like pouring treacle and really clinging to that chain. And also an excellent anti-fling, good lubricant, we're called. And then that's also seen in our number 6, which is our 2-stroke oil, sometimes used for the same kind of garden equipment, chainsaws and lawnmowers and the like. And as you can see, out of 108 reviews, we are even closer to 5-star on this one. We're just a tiniest bit off. And lots of people have said how they use this product repeatedly. So you can see in the reviews, used many times before, reliable product. And the one below, this is the 4th time buying this oil. So very easy to sell. People always come back for it. You're not going to experience any complaints with this. And you can see it again with the 4-stroke. So the same for the garden equipment and motorcycles as well. And out of 110 reviews, we are also nearing that 5-star. And as you can see on the reviews, we are better than other brands, as said by our customers. So this one, as a landscape gardener, I've used many brands and find it to be the best by far. And also the other one says that it's better than branded names. And they purchased the second one. So that tells you all you need to know. And then on to number 4, we reach our screen wash. This is the ready mix screen wash. We mix this with deionized water. There are some perks to deionized water. Do Richard want to explain some of that?
Yeah, using deionized water means that the product contains no ions, so you don't get calcium in the product, so you don't get build up of calcium on the sprayer jets, which obviously blocks the sprayers if you were to use just normal tap water with the screen wash mix.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul, you got a story?
I do, yeah. It's really important to make sure your screen wash is of good quality, and I'm a victim of that. I had a very silly incident where I bought some screen wash. I thought it was quality, and I actually blended it with tap water, and it's gone stagnant in the tank straight away. It's gone terribly funny, and it's actually clogged up my sprays as well. But using the Silverhook one, the moment you put it in, because of how strong it is and how good the formula is, it clears that up straight away, and it's worth using and actually cleansing your tank and making sure you fill up with Silverhooks. It does work amazingly well.
Oh, sorry. Mike, you got a story?
Story?
You.
No, it's got no
No,
story.
you got
It's
facts.
this product. It's got you mentioned it's made ethanol, not methanol. Methanol is very poison. It's used because it's cheap and it's got good anti-freezing properties, but it's not something to use because once you spray your screen wash onto your screen, the air intakes are at the front there. It comes into the vehicle. You'll have that nasty headache feel. You think, oh, what did I drink last night? And it's not that. It's because you've breathed in the methanol fumes. Some very famous brands actually use methanol, and it's a real disaster. I mean, ethanol, of course, will make you feel a little smidgen lightheaded, but it won't be a poison, and it won't cause you cause you brain damage. Put it that way. But yeah, and of course, as Paul said about the water going stagnant, of course, you've got a lot of nitrates in tap water, which cause a build-up of green globular muck, and with using deionized water, you don't get that. Thanks.
Lovely. So a little story to remember, especially as we go on to number 5, which is our concentrated screen wash. So as we don't use methanol, you can actually use this undiluted. Great if you're living, in Korea in the dead of winter, or maybe in Scotland or places like that, or just where it gets really cold. Otherwise, in winter, we recommend 1 part screen wash to 1 part water. In summer, you can dilute this further to 1 part screen wash to 6 parts water. So lots left over, or you can just use the whole tub. Make sure you're using Silverhook deionized water, as we've heard. And also a great thing to mention as well is our scented screen washes, because as we say, that's coming through the front of your car, through your air vents. So you might want it to smell nice. What's the point of putting those little dangly things in your car to make it smell like new car if you're just going to have that chemical smell through the front anyway? Yes, Mike?
Yeah, sometimes when we custom do this for Russia, it gets extreme low temperature, we do put a smidgen of Meg. Meg doesn't evaporate. Now, disadvantage of Meg is it causes a little bit of streaking around, especially down the side of your vehicles. I don't know if anyone that's used. They used to do a winter screen wash with a little bit of Meg, and it's not very popular in this country because it causes that sort of streaking down the side. But of course, when you're in a country like Russia, that's the least of your worries.
Nice. And then we're on to number 7, which is our diesel treatment and injector cleaner. So a lot of people use this as crisis management, obviously, when you go to the garage, get your MOT done, and they tell you that you're failing on your emissions, people chuck this in. But really, this is a treatment that you can use the entire way around and should be using the entire way around all year. It's great for maximizing your fuel economy. We also do this as a petrol injector cleaner. I think there's been some experience of this in this chat. Yep. Mike?
Yeah, I had a Mazda 626. I'll tell you what, it went like a dog. I changed everything, changed the plugs, changed the HT leads, changed everything. Took it through to the garage, and the guy literally, I said, "What do you do?" He said, "I ran injection cleaner through it." I said, "You pig!" I said, "I was so angry because that's the one thing I hadn't tried." And that was some time ago. Mazda 626, you don't see them on the road anymore. But the big plus is people seem to use this as to get things through the MOT, to get the CO2 emissions down. But you really should use it on a regular basis. I bought one of these people carriers, Mazda CX-5. It's like a smaller one, and the miles per gallon was like just over 20 miles per gallon, and a real disaster that. And I put the injection cleaner, I'm up to over 30, as long as I don't blast it down, put the foot down too much. But I'm saving 33% in fuel. You know, it's a massive difference. Don't use it as an emergency remedy. Use it on a regular basis. I really don't think that the trade has done well enough in really getting that message across. Even that image, I mean, what have we got there? Reduce blocking deposits, but it doesn't actually say more miles per gallon. I mean, that should appear on advertising posters, and we should shout it from the rooftops. If you really want to show your green credentials, then really put injection cleaner in, diesel cleaner in, and get the miles per gallon up, and save yourself a bucket load of money.
Yep. And save the world and make it a greener place at the same time. And then right, we're on to our number 19, so which is the engine flush, another of our additives. And we actually do an entire additive range. I'm just going to flash these up. These are all 20 of them. Up the top, you can see the diesel and petrol treatments. Then we've got our stop leaks, oil tonics, and then down the bottom, the octane booster, the radiator flushes, lots in the range. And then on to number 8, which is our 500 milliliter heavy duty underseal. This is great. It doesn't have to just be used for cars. You can use it for your felt roofing, your guttering, general damp proofing. The 5 litre there to the side as well, the SGUS5, that's also quite a big seller. We sell a lot of it in that kind of bottle. And then on to number 9, our fuel can. This is a 5 litre fuel can. We don't actually manufacture this, but we do buy it in such bulk that we can pass the savings on to you. As you can see, it is featuring at number 9. We can send these out quite easily. We also do it in red and black if you're interested. And then on to number 10, this is the Fiberglass repair kit, and the first that appears from our big boy range. So this comes with the 242 grams of resin, the applicator brush, the mixing cup, the hardener obviously, glass fiber mat, and a pair of gloves to use. Great as an all-in-one kit. And then we're on to number 15, which is our big boy lightweight body filler. This is the 250 milliliter tub. And I think we have a little video because actually right here we've got a bit of an internet star in our midst, Mr. Mike Izzet. So,
and what I've got is the general purpose red filler. I think this will be perfectly suitable for this job.
so you can find this on YouTube.
And that's your product.
I'm just going to flick through this a little bit.
Nice. We'll use some of that.
So this is the application of the hardener that you also get with the tub.
I've used this a few times before, so I know the quantity.
And then in applying,
if we haven't got quite enough, it doesn't matter. It's quite a large.
Goes on fairly well, can fill slightly larger gaps as well.
Dealt with that nicely.
Then also easy to sand, do a little bit of clear up, and easy to paint over as well. Yes, Mike, you want to talk?
Yeah, I think there's a big again, there's a big gap in the market here because this product should really be selling in the building and DIY trade as well as just the automotive. That's the purpose for that particular advert. You can get the job done very, very quickly. If you put plaster in there, you're gonna have to wait for it to dry before you can paint over it. So you're gonna have to leave it overnight. Whereas using that filler, it sets within 5-6 minutes, sometimes too quickly, especially in a hot day, but 5-6 minutes. So overall, you can have that painted and job done 20 minutes. Of course, the paint would take a little bit of time to dry, but you have it done and dusted. You don't have to go back to it the next day. So I think there's a massive omission in that, and I've got a series of videos I did produce showing practical applications of all the big boy range. So go on YouTube and you can see them there.
Yeah, you can find that on the Silverhook UK YouTube channel. And this is just the first that appears on our top 25 list because at 21 we have the ultra fine. This is 250 milliliter tub. Also here you've got the 600 milliliter, and then yeah, it comes in much bigger sizes. Number 22, the conductive metal filler. And then also appearing again is the 600 milliliter lightweight body filler. So definitely this, if you look for the red big boy, this is a really good seller. And this is the entire range as well. So as Mike said, he does go through these on the Silverhook UK YouTube. Important thing to note is these are made from polyester resin, apart from this yellow one here, which is epoxy, which is just a little bit harder than the others. And then on to number 11, our red antifreeze. Yes, Mike, would you like to speak on the big boy or?
Yeah, the epoxy resin, it's got 0 water absorption using epoxy. Whereas the polyester is about 13% water, just to be technical on that. They've all the polyester and the epoxy have got adhesive properties. The epoxy more so, much more so than the polyester. So they can fill the larger gaps, and in particular, say the epoxy down. So if you've got to drill a hole with the wall plugs too big, you can put a smidgen of that in, push your wall plug back in, because every now and again we do make the mistakes of drilling the hole that's too big, and that will really secure it in so you can hang a heavy object. Sometimes you can do it as a matter of course anyway. Put a bit of the epoxy filler in, then squidge the wall plug in, and you'll really get robust. You get something that can take a hell of a weight. And you know, I say it will be robust, but it takes a hell of a weight. So you want to put a TV up or shelving or something that's going to take the weight, then put some of that in with it. Cheers.
Yeah, great. Then on to number 11. So this is our pre-mixed red antifreeze. The difference with our red one is that it does use oat technology. So this is a long life antifreeze, can last for up to 5 years. And obviously this is pre-mixed with deionized water. I've just had a little thought actually, whilst Mike was speaking. I think we do have a little image. Yeah, Mike, do you want to speak about this? Do you remember this?
Yeah, if you look at the date of that, this is like a couple of weeks ago. Is it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I bought this. I told you I bought this Mazda, and the if you look at the second block paragraph down in the description, found flow system caused by limescale buildup. So we're not just talking about tap water being used in the windscreen washer. We're also talking about people using tap water in the to fill up the radiator. And there we are, the limescale drops out, and you've got a serious problem. Your heating doesn't work, and it costs an absolute fortune to get it remedied. So, of course, our Silverhook antifreeze, we just use the deionized water, so you're not going to get that problem. It's ridiculous. It's annoying. It really annoyed me because this was to take it back to where I bought it from. They said they couldn't do it, so that's a day. I had to take it back to the Mazda dealer. Again, they assessed it. That's another day. Then they had to book it in to get it fixed. So this is, you're talking about, they had it for 2 days because they couldn't do it in one day. So we're talking about real hassle, backwards and forwards, being dropped off, being picked off, just because some company, I could use stronger words than that, decided to use tap water instead of deionized water.
Okay, great. And then back to the presentation. We also do this in fully concentrated and the blue antifreeze, which is the regular, changed every 2 years. Number 14, we've got our AdBlue. We're a certified seller of this. This is the 10 kilogram bottle. Great for using. And we also sell this in the 1 litre, 5 litre and 20 kilograms. And then we're on to our service spray at number 16. This is comparable to WD-40, I would say. Works very well. I've got a little video here.
Today I will be demonstrating the multi-purpose service spray on this really creaky door. Ready?
So you can hear a little bit of a squeak.
Direction fuse, you can make sure that you put it on to get the as well.
You apply it.
Works.
And then no squeak.
No squeak.
How could we demonstrate that any better than that? And then we also do this with PTFE, which is obviously it's kind of water repellent and also just very, very lubricating. Same with the silicone service spray. Great for industrial use. Don't use it on anything which you're going to be using with your hands because you'll just slide right off. Yes, Mike?
I think the customers should view the reviews of our service spray compared to WD-40. WD-40 was never intended to be something very exotic. It was leftover materials all put together in a tin, but there we are. It made its name first, and it is a good product for as long as you shake the tin very well, and it's all nicely mixed in the aerosol. But if you read the reviews of our spray, once used, never forgotten. People tend to absolutely love it. So the quality does show through. It's never nice to knock on opposition, but but they made their name first, so there they are right at the forefront. It's very difficult to compete with that. WD-40, I mean, it's such a wonderful name. I mean, what can we call ours? Anything but service spray. It's very descriptive. It's what it does. But once people use it, they absolutely love it.
Yep, good point. And so on to number 17, we've got our service sanitizer, and this is new this year, so you can see that it really does sell considering that it's at number 17 already. We do this with a trigger spray and also with the cap, and this is better than bleach. We've also got, Mike, is
The
it
idea
again?
of this is you simply spray on your door surface and anywhere you're likely to touch moving in and out. Typical, your toilet. There we are, just leave it on for a little bit. No, I don't want to interrupt this lovely video. I think it's fantastic. Look at that. I just want to correct you a little bit there. It's not better than bleach. Bleach is absolutely fantastic, but bleach isn't very environmentally friendly. Drawstrings inside the light string. Can you turn this one off a little bit? You see,
Yeah.
bleach is not very environmentally friendly, whereas this product is, and it doesn't damage your clothes if you accidentally put on it. Whereas bleach will trash your jeans, splash your nice shirt, and sometimes you don't want to get dressed into old clothes when you're cleaning stuff up. With this one, you can spray it everywhere, and it's a good product to spray around your shower cubicle, because the active ingredient in that back 50, it's the same thing they use to kill the moss build-up, so it'll help get rid of the black mold and various other nasties that can grow in bathrooms and around your sink. So it's a good one that your sink, all sorts of food waste and everything, your toilet, of course, spray it around those, spray it around cubicles. It will help. It won't replace bleach. Won't replace bleach. Is fantastic, but it's not. Bleach isn't environmentally friendly, and it does trash your clothes. But it's good, something, a good product to use, regular day-to-day basis. People are terrified of the coronavirus, especially if you're elderly. It's perfect for spraying around your steering wheel, which you touch all the time. No one cleans their steering. Who cleans their steering wheels? No one does. Spray that round it. Help it. It's a water-based product. You can spray it all over your vehicle, on your door handles, and spray it on, wipe it off, clean your vehicle. Perfect. Clean your kitchen, clean your bathroom. Perfect sort of product. And the fact is, it's not alcohol. The alcohol just evaporates off. And okay, alcohol has an impact, immediate impact in killing your bacteria and viruses. This one will last on the surface for quite some time. Thank you very much.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, and then also in that range, we do the hand sanitizing gel. And I believe we may have changed the formulation, not the formulation, but the kind of ethanol that we're using. Is that right?
Yes, we're using we were a non-bioethanol now, so the smell isn't so pungent. It's a nice alcohol smell, not
Yeah.
as pungent as the original formula.
Yeah, a nice one now. Yeah. And then on to number 18, which is our brake and clutch cleaner. Now I've got a little a can of this here because I do think it looks really nice. This is all designed by Paul, our designer here. Yeah, looks lovely and also sells well as the 5 litre as well. So both of these feature in our top 50 really, but the 500 milliliter is our number 18. And then we're on to number 20, which is our spray paint. So the main one here is the gloss black, but to be honest, all the blacks tend to sell pretty well. We've also got the satin black and the matte black, as you can see here. We do these in white, red, grey, and aluminium. Yep, and these are great quality. So these are just the Google reviews. So there are only 5 here that I've grabbed. But as you can see, all 5-star, very good spray paints, all complementing the quality. So Silverhook spray paint is a good name and a good thing to have in your store. And then on to number 20. Sorry, Mike. Yes.
Featured in Graffiti magazine.
Yes.
Our spray paint, yeah, it gives a good coverage. That's the reason you can. Graffiti artists can't come backwards and forwards, can they? So
Yeah.
it gives that. I think it's called it opaque, very. No, which was it? Very dense. I'm getting my words wrong here. It gives a very dense covering.
Yeah. All right, cool. So it is featured. A thing to remember. Right, and then we're on to our final one in our presentation, number 25, and that's the deionized water. So a great base product, great to keep in stock, can be mixed with the antifreeze, the screen wash, as we've discussed, as well as your household items like irons and batteries. Anything that takes water really should be using deionized water. Yep, you got something, Mike?
Deionized water. Our deionized water is very good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
high quality, less than 20 microsiemens is the spec. Typically, it's less than 10. It's made from reverse osmosis process, so it gives a high purity product.
Not to be confused with distilled water, of course. It doesn't quite make the lab grade, but not far off.
Okay, great. So that comes to the end of our presentation, and now I'm just going to pass you on to Paul, who's going to speak a little bit about advertising to you.
Yep. So just quickly round up. Just wanted to talk about our advertising at Silverhook and our marketing at the moment. So in the new year, we're going to be pushing to get more marketing materials out to customers. We want to work more closely with our our customers and make sure that they've got the right market material to sell our products. For example, if we're in stores, we want to make sure we've got POS to send out to them. So just quickly, I just wanted to quickly show you about the website. Our website functions perfectly fine. It's been updated recently, and you can also use it to show customers a range of products that we can do, and also for yourselves to check what products we actually do create for you. Okay, and it's got the full product line there. For example, we've got additives here. Now, another part of our market incentive for our customers is that we now have a blog. We've had issues where stores people weren't trusting that the products that they had were genuine Silverhook for whatever reason. It happens with a lot of exports sometimes. And one of the things that we can do is showcase Silverhook stories. So in our blog, the new blog that we got, we're going to showcase all the sports teams that we sponsor, as well as customers that have had great experiences with our products and selling our products. So if you are a customer and you do want to showcase the Silverhook products and you feel like they're great for your store or garage or just in application or in use, please tell us your stories, and then we'll make sure that goes in the blog. And it's a great thing to do to solidify the fact that, you know, you are a legitimate buyer of Silverhook, and we take note of your customer. Okay, we're also on Facebook as well, and we do update new product information on Facebook, and that's all linked within the website as well. Another thing that I want to quickly talk about as well is the fact that we do have loads of marketing material available now. We've created a baseline advertising campaign for our products, so we'll usually do our top sellers and we'll put these all in. So for example, we'll have like posters for de-icer, we're going to have posters for our engine oils, and these can all change depending on your region. Like I said before, if you're selling in another country maybe and the advertising is a little bit different, or possibly if you've got a custom fill product with us, then we can adjust that and amend that. Okay, but you can see that we've got loads of different types of advertising that we can send out to you, whether it's by poster or whether it's digital as well, because a lot of people do digital marketing obviously now, and we can send that to you. Just it's better to make sure that we are in clear conversation and we can all talk to each other, talk to the marketing team, tell us your concerns, tell us what your customers react to. If you notice that another brand's getting a lot of getting a lot of attention in your store because maybe they've got a massive banner, or maybe they've got nice shelf displays, do tell us, and then we can go and make that for you and get that made up. Okay, but yeah, we're going to be pushing a lot more for this and making sure that our brand awareness is definitely there in all these stores. Okay, and you're going to see that more in the future. But like I said, drop us an email. You can always email 530@silverhook.co.uk, and then that will enable you to have a conversation with me and my team, and we can make some marketing material for you. Okay, and that's about it from there, I believe. Just double checking. Yep, that's pretty much it. All right.
Right, lovely.
Okay.
Then I think that concludes our presentation for the day.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. That's really good.